best thing in your life is about to happen, but you're never going to be prepared for it. Hi, I'm Dan, and I'm a new first-time dad, just trying to survive and trying to help you survive too. Today, I'm going to go over 10 things for you to get through the labor and delivery phase and the first few crazy nights at the hospital. All right, let's jump right into it. Point number 1, packing your bags and packing them early. There's plenty of websites that will tell you what to pack, and if you're being honest, mom's gonna pack most of the stuff for mom, and she's gonna pack most of the stuff for newborn outfits, whatever else that you may need for the newborn. On the dad side of things, you're gonna wanna pack a few essentials. I find that food is not really necessary. The hospital has a lot of food. Bring a credit card. If you bring some money, you should be okay there, as long as you're not a picky eater. There are 4 essentials though, like I was saying. Sweats. The hospital does get cold. You're gonna wanna bring a t-shirt. You're gonna wanna be comfortable, right? And it's a long process, it's a long stay. Stay as comfortable as you can. Bring entertainment in the form of a charger and your phone. Like I said, there's a lot of downtime. You're gonna want something to do. You're gonna wanna bring a car seat. This is probably your biggest responsibility as a dad. The hospital does not let you leave without a car seat. It has to be properly installed. That means it's level. It has to be a newborn insert into it. So just make sure you have that settled and squared away before you head out. Lastly, and it's kind of a luxury item, bring a pillow. The hospital is notoriously bad. You can ask for more things like more blankets and more pillows, but the pillows are awful. So just bring your own pillow. That's going to make your time at the hospital a lot smoother, a lot better. Try to pack light for dad because you're going to be carrying mom's stuff, you're going to be carrying baby stuff. Don't be embarrassed to bring big luggage. We did that, and I was kind of embarrassed at first, but turns out pretty much every dad there has big luggage with them. So pack it all in a luggage, make it easy to move around. Probably gonna have to move rooms a couple times, so the luggage is a good idea. Point number 2, you should know the signs early of going into labor. There's 3 kind of signs that we'll kind of go over. The first one is loss of the mucus plug. So basically that will show up as a little bit of blood with your wife, and she'll know. This can be an early phase sign. It can actually happen weeks early even. So this is not a perfect sign. The water can break is the second sign, and that's classic. Amniotic sac breaks, there's water. Usually your wife will be able to tell. And thirdly, it's the 5-1-1 rule of contractions, usually meaning that there's 5 minutes between contractions, 1 minute contractions, so the period of contraction is 1 minute, and this is concurrent over an hour consistently. If you meet those criteria, usually it's time, hey, you gotta get going, right? And this goes back to point 1. You've gotta be ready at any time, because if you pack your bags a week before and your wife gives birth 3 weeks before, then you're not gonna have anything packed. Take it from a lesson from me that happened to me, okay? So just pack your bags and pack them early, and then know the signs for when you leave. Point number 3, when you do go to the hospital, don't get overhyped. You're gonna be in a state of super high anxiety. For me, I always treated everything like it was sports, right? So I would be super amped up and felt like it was game day, time to get going. But the reality is that generally speaking, you have a lot of time. Even if the water breaks, if you lose the mucus plug, dilation takes usually a long time. So you have a long time to get there, right? Don't be overhyped, because what's going to happen is you're going to be so overstimulated, and then you sit there for 12 hours in a heightened state of anxiety and nothing happens. And then by the time when baby does come around and you're actually needed, you have no energy, right? So try to stay calm. Use the first few hours to just get some sleep. You're going to need it, right? Point number 4, be prepared visually. I know we all went through middle school and we all probably saw that pregnancy video, but the reality is it's not like that. Those videos are grainy, right? It's different when you see it in person. It's be prepared for it. To not get too grotesque here, they're gonna put a bucket under your wife because there's gonna be blood, there's gonna be liquids, there's gonna be fluids. The baby comes out blue, and then the nurses are smacking the baby to get it to breathe and go through that whole process, and it can be scary. And if you go through a cesarean section with your wife, then they're gonna be taking her organs and moving them out of the way, and you're gonna see all that. And it doesn't help for you to be stressed, and it's gonna only make your wife more stressed during the situation, right? So be prepared for what you're gonna see and know it ahead of time. That way you can kind of stay calm during the situation. Point number 5. Once the baby is out, they really don't tell you a lot, especially if you didn't tell the nurses ahead of time that you are a new parent. So the reality is their job is to kind of keep mom healthy and baby alive, but your job is to be parent, right? So you should kind of know a little bit about what goes on. So once the baby is out, they're going to ask you to cut the cord. Easy. they clamp both sides. You take some scissors, you cut right between, one clean cut. The baby doesn't feel anything if you do choose to do that. But kind of going back there, they don't really tell you much as far as what to expect. And the parenting is on you. So just know that you're going to try to feed in the beginning. You can try right away if the baby comes out and is presenting signs of hunger. If they're rooting, usually they'll kind of be searching around with their mouth and it kind of looks funny. Soft cooing sometimes can be an indicator of that as well. But a lot of times they won't eat because they're still full from the nutrients that the mom has provided through the umbilical cord. So they may eat, they may not eat. Try to breastfeed if you're going to do that. If the baby does not latch, then go ahead and make sure that wife is pumping, because pumping is what's going to stimulate production of breast milk, especially if she's early or a couple weeks before the due date. So that's important. They're going to tell you that if you do formula, if you do it through a bottle, it may cause what they call nipple confusion. I found this to be somewhat true, but our baby still had no problems latching later on. So if you feel like you need to give formula and you feel like you need to do it through a bottle, feel free. It's not that big a deal. Point number 6, which is changing the first diaper. So changing a diaper in and of itself, it's pretty easy, but this is really going to be your job as dad to do this. Mom's tired. Mom's just kind of gone through this whole big ordeal and she's recovering from that herself. So when baby needs diaper change, dad should be the one responsible for this. I think in the beginning, it's very easy. You basically take the baby and when they're laying on their back, you take the diaper, which has 2 tabs. You pull the tabs open. The tab sides go under the baby. You want to rock the baby from one side to slide the diaper under, and then rock it to the other side to slide the other side under. Take the tabs, fold them to the middle. It's just basically like Velcro. Don't do it too tight, don't do it too loose. The diaper itself has a line right down the middle. That line in the middle is to tell if it's a wet diaper. So basically, if there's blue most of the time, it will say that, for Huggies at least, it means that the diaper is wet and needs to be changed. Do the sniff test. If it smells a little funny and smells bad, then probably needs to be changed. Change it often, change it frequently, because diaper urine and baby poop, it can be very acidic and it can cause diaper rash. So you really want to try to change it anytime there's any signs that it needs to be changed. Now the big thing here, diaper changes. The first diaper change is crazy. It's going to be this black tar poop that comes out. It's called meconium, I believe. It's basically the baby has amniotic fluid and nutrients from the mom, and it comes out this black asphalt tar. And it's sticky, it's stinky, and it's a lot. You gotta think about it this way: the baby's been saving this poop for 9 months. So when it comes out, it comes out. So make sure you're ready for that. It's sticky, so lots of wipes. Be prepared. But just know that it is actually just temporary. Not all baby diapers are gonna be like that. And it's really just usually for the first couple days or the first couple poops. And then after that, the poops get a lot easier. Point number 7, the first night. So let's actually go and skip through the first day of the hospital, giving birth. Let's go to the first night at the hospital. There's really very inconsistent sleep, because the nurses are going to be popping in, they're going to be popping out, they're going to be in there every 2 hours to check up on mom, check up on baby. So you're going to get very segmented sleep, which is why I was saying before the baby comes, you really do want to try to sleep, because you're not going to be very useful anyway. Just get your sleep so that way now you can be useful during the first night. Diaper changes, obviously we kind of went over that already, but the baby's going to be making a lot of noises during that first night. Just know that most of these noises are pretty normal. Cooing noises, grunting noises, pug noises. They're going to make a ton of these noises. Generally speaking, it's fine. You can ignore most of them unless it kind of starts amplifying and turning into crying. The baby can't communicate. And the only way it can communicate is through crying. So make sure you're listening to it when they're actually crying. And there's really only 4 main things that happens for when they cry. They're crying because they're hungry. They're crying because then they're gassy. They're crying because they need a diaper change and it's uncomfortable. So what I do is I cycle through those first 3. If none of those work, then it might just be that the baby needs comfort. They just need to be picked up, right? You can't spoil a baby. I took some classes before and they repeated this sentiment. You can't spoil the baby in the beginning by picking them up. It's an urban legend. And the reality is the baby is too stupid at this point to manipulate you. They're crying because they really do need you to pick them up. So pick them up. Make it so that they like. Point number 8, Social Security info. So At this point, it's probably day 1, night 1, or day 2 at the hospital. There's going to be a lady that comes around. And this is purely from my wife's perspective, because at this point I was so tired, I was knocked out and I missed this whole thing. But probably going to be somebody from the hospital that comes by and gets you paperwork for Social Security info and for birth certificate info. Basically, they get your Social Security, get your information, they get mom's information, they fill out some paperwork. Most hospitals will do this for you and send it out for you. Check early, because not all hospitals are the same. So I would say as soon as you get there, hey, ask them, is Social Security info something that you guys take care of later on? If it is, don't be too worried about it. They usually are pretty good at getting you through that process. Point number 9, take everything home and don't feel guilty about it. You've technically paid for all this stuff already. So diapers, swaddles, formula, take it all home. Take everything home. Sometimes they have nasal passage clearance devices and whatnot. So take everything home. And I mean everything. And don't be shy for asking for more. Towards the end of our stay, I was asking for more formula, asking for more diapers, kind of stocking up the room a little bit so that we could take it home. You're paying for all of it anyway, so take it all home. That's going to help you get through the first couple of days at home as well. And finally, point number 10. Good luck. You will be fine. You're gonna be okay. I'm the type of person where I'm kind of willy-nilly a little bit, and I didn't do a ton of preparation, and I still was okay. Baby's doing great. Mommy's doing great. She's all healed. When you're home, just remember to love on your wife, love on your kids, do skin to skin. It kind of builds a connection with your baby, and there's some studies that show that actually you're going to be less likely to leave as a father too if they do skin to skin. So just make sure you're loving on your kids. They always say babies don't make your marriage stronger. It's actually a test of marriage more than anything, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. But you will be okay. You just got to make sure that you're taking others into consideration as well, and taking it one step at a time. And ultimately, congrats, Dad, you did it.